All right. So, hello everybody. I hope life is treating you great. Um, let's get into it. The reason why I wanted to do a live stream today with everybody is because the last live stream I did went pretty great and it felt comfortable and I got some good feedback. And so I thought I would do another live stream about what it is like moving to Israel. Yes, they're after me. Um, Before I get into the idea of moving to Israel and covering my opinion of it, um, please go down below and hit the subscribe button. Leave some comments about any questions that you have about moving to Israel. I'll try to answer them in the next live stream. Um, Other than that, other than subscribing, let's get into it. Um, One of the questions that I get asked often is is it possible for anybody to move to Israel? Can anybody move to Israel? Basically, I have people from all around the world who message me, whether in North America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and they'll message me, they'll send me the question of how do I move to Israel? So I want to answer sort of a general question. Can anybody move to Israel? And the answer is no. Not anybody can move to Israel. If you're moving to Israel or if you're thinking about moving to Israel, there's quite a few things that you should know, probably a lot more things that you should do. And for certain, not everybody can move to Israel. There are a list of countries all around the world. There's a list. And on this list are countries that can move to Israel freely and easily. And there's stipulations behind that. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But there are, people from countries who can move to Israel and people from different countries who it is much, much more difficult to move to Israel. And so I want to talk a little bit about that as well during this live stream. Um, let's talk about, can anybody move to Israel? Most of you already know that Israel is a strictly Jewish country. And when Israel was founded in the late 1940s, this is how they developed that country, or this country. I'm here. I've been here for 10 years. I'm originally from Los Angeles. And when they developed the country, they literally designated this country for Jewish people only. So if you're thinking about moving here from another part of the world, and it doesn't matter which country, in this case, you have to be Jewish to move here and have it be very smooth and easy. Other than that, there are some other things you'll have to do when you're trying to actually prove that you're Jewish, right? So if you want to move here, first of all, you have to be Jewish and you have to prove that you're Jewish. Um, the ways that you would go about proving you're Jewish is through documents. The list of documents that you need to have in order to make a move to Israel from another country as a Jewish person, which is called quote unquote aliyah, making aliyah. One of the things that you have to have for sure is the series of documents. So make sure that you do the research online. Make sure you do the research online of what documents you need to have. And if you have all of the documents, great news. You can actually start the process of moving to Israel from your own country. So this moving to Israel by a Jewish person from another country is called making aliyah. And if you have the documents, you'll be able to start the aliyah process from your own country before you move here. This pretty valuable to know. Let's push forward. Some of you guys might have some questions about that, leave them in the comments. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe again. Let's push forward because some of you guys who are watching this live Q&A about moving to Israel are thinking about moving here from different countries, countries that are actually on the restricted list or the hard to get in list, really. And the hard to get in list, well, you have to go through a whole different series of processes to move here as compared to being a Jewish person. And the way that you can move here, if you are from a restricted country, now when I say restricted, that doesn't mean you can get a tourist visa. You can probably get a tourist visa, but then there's another list, of course, where they're not even going to give you a tourist visa into the country straight out. If you're from one of the enemy, quote unquote, enemy countries, is what they call them, I would say. I don't know. Whatever they call them in the politically correct sense. I don't know. I don't care. Wherever you're from, you might want to check that list and make sure that you can visit Israel. Of course, is something I recommend all of you do before moving here. Visit Israel, of course. Anybody should visit anywhere before they move. But yeah, if you're from the list of restricted countries, you'll probably have to go about getting a work visa to even visit Israel. So if you want to visit Israel, if you want to move to Israel, and you're from one of the restricted countries, yeah, you'll probably need to get a work visa before you can even consider moving here. So how do you get a work visa? Well, you have to get a job. So you should try to research and learn about how to get a job in Israel, how to get a job here before you move here. And basically, of course, you know that a job has to give you permission to move, to ask the government for you to move here. So good luck on that. If you're trying to find a job before you move here, something that I see quite often is there are a lot of Filipinos from the Philippines and a lot of Indians from India who do live in Israel. And those two are probably the largest populations of foreign immigrant workers in Israel that I've seen in my 10 years here. Now, if you want to move here and if you're from either one of those countries, if you're from the Philippines or India, you'll probably want to start contacting your own local, like contacting people around you in your own country who can try to help you through the process and help you with information on how to get a job here. Unfortunately, I'm not a job recruiter in the least bit. I'm actually just a guy who wants to help people learn about what they want to learn. So on my channel, you'll see a variety of topics, right? Take a look around. So that's as far as can anybody move here? Who can move here? And then, of course, how they can move here, right? If you're from one of the restricted, quote unquote, restricted countries. Another thing that I want to talk about in this very short live stream is the idea of, can you survive in Israel without speaking Hebrew? And long story short, it's a challenge, but yes. And in the next live stream, I want to talk more about that. I want to elaborate on that and kind of what it's like for me to live here. I do speak Hebrew, but I don't speak it to the highest of levels. So I've experienced my challenges over the last 10 years for sure. And I'll give you a heads up on that during the next live stream. If I forgot any topics, please leave it in the comment section. Let me know. But other than that, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Check out the channel for some more stuff and have a great afternoon.